So we'll be taking the next two spins later. So before that, we will move forward with another session, which will be taken by Mr. Sai Krishna Valarupalli, and he will be speaking about prediction ledger functionality. So if I talk about Mr. Sai Krishna Valarupalli, he has a total experience of 24 plus years, and in which he has been working with SAP for 14 plus years now. He has professional experience and expertise in functional modules of SAP such as FICO, FSCM, OpenText Vim, and S4HANA, with 10 full life cycle implementation including S4HANA Greenfield implementation and rollout projects, and post-implementation production supporting, with 9+ years of functional experience in financials and accountings. Let's give it up for Mr. Sai Krishna Valarupalli and hear it from him about the prediction ledger functionality.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Today I am talking about the prediction accounting. So it is also called as the predictive ledger. So this is not a new functionality which is available in the costing-based COPA. Now it is extending to account-based COPA. Actually, we are waiting till 3 years for this functionality. Actually, when SAP introducing the S4HANA, there is a single source of truth has introduced in S4HANA. So now this sales order process, sales orders transferring to COPA is not available in the account-based COPA in single source of truth earlier. That is one of the missing functionality in till 1709 version. So now it is introduced in 1809. This is a predictive accounting. Just the sales order transferring to the COPA is named it as a predictive accounting. So SAP never highlighting this as a sales order transferring to the COPA, but this functionality behind is sales order transferring to COPA only. So which is already available in the costing-based COPA, now it is extending to the account-based COPA. That is the background. So now the predictive accounting, what is the predictive accounting? What is the difference with predictive accounting and planning? Predictive planning. So planning is based on the historical figure, or based on the future figures, or based on the existing or old figures. We can plan it. But prediction is within the system. Whatever the data is there, the data will be converting into predictive accounting. So the predictive accounting is not part of the legal requirement. Suppose management wanted to see the early profitability. So the sales orders are created, but they have not delivered and they have not billed. But they wanted to see what is my profitability. So with different dimensions, like a product distribution channel wise, division wise, product group wise, at different levels if they wanted to see. So that is not possible earlier. Now with the predictive accounting it is possible. But if we update the main ledgers with the main gaps, legal requirement, that will be mesh up the whole process, because it is a legal requirement and that will be matched with the real books of the account. Now SAP is giving extension ledger functionality. By using the extension ledger functionality, we can achieve the predictive accounting. So predictive accounting, two types of predictive accounting. One is a top-down prediction and a bottom-up prediction. So top-down prediction is based on the arithmetical figures or based on the previous figures or existing data. We can do the top-down prediction. So that already it is available. It is a similar way of planning. But now SAP introducing from 1809 bottom-up planning, bottom-up prediction. So bottom-up prediction means whatever the data sales orders created, that sales orders will be converting into the predictive accounting by using the extension ledger functionality. So without touching the legal books of account, we can update the extension ledger. From the extension ledger, we can do the reporting. That is the whole process working. So the predictive accounting is free of cost only. It's not required to implement any additional business functions, or it's not required any add-on. It's a free of cost only and just a simple configuration. But it is the first step. Actually, 1809 it is released, and 1909 some functionalities added. But going forward, it will come too many advantages and too many full-fledged scope. So now it is a limited scope is there for predictive accounting. So in best practice, the scope item is 2FD because it is not a standard scope; it is an additional scope. So now we have a couple of limitations are there. So the predictive accounting following SD categories are covered: order, return, and order without charge, credit memo request, debit memo request. But third party shipment and intercompany sales and service sales will not come under this scope. So that is not covered. Generally, it is suitable for the manufacturing industries as of now. But going forward, definitely full-fledged scope will be coming in the next version, 2019 or next couple of versions will come the full-fledged version. Because the cost will be, manufacturing cost will be taken from the cost, so that is not possible from the direct material, service material or third-party shipment or intercompany sales. So, system always be taking the order-related billing only. So, order is the source data to predict the update in the prediction ledger. So, one more common challenge is if we change the sales order, so that will affect immediately, automatically affect the prediction accounting also. So the configuration is very simple configuration. So extension ledger we have to create from 1809 onwards. There is a new extension ledger type as introduced here. So that is called as the extension ledger type. The extension ledger type P is the predictive and simulation, predictive and commitment. So the commitment also enabled here, but I am not covering commitment here. So here the simulation ledger need to be created in a Fins underscore ledger. This is the main configuration in S4HANA Finance. So this is the prerequisite for all the entire S4HANA. The entire S4HANA will work from this centralized configuration scheme. So even ledger configuration and currency configuration and assignment of currency to ledger and assignment of ledger to accounting principle, everything will come from here only. So the prediction ledger also we need to create from here itself. So the prediction ledger had to assign to accounting principle because it's based on the accounting principle it works. And we need to activate the prediction ledger. So from which year we wanted to activate the prediction ledger. Even backdate also it is possible, and whatever the data already created, that also we can convert into predictive accounting. That is also possible from 1909 version. Yeah, and availability control. This is the new functionality in 1909. Earlier it was not there. 1909 version onwards, the availability control also coming here. So even 1909 version onwards, cost center budgeting also coming. So another thing is we have to activate the sales order item category because there are so many item categories are there. Which item category need to be updated to predictive accounting, that we have to update here. So generally item category, standard item category, we can update the TAN. So TAN is the standard item category. So that we have to update. And the billing type also need to be updated. Which billing type to be updated to predictive accounting. So the predictive accounting will be updated to universal journal. That is a single source of truth AC.K table. So the AC.K table, whatever the predictive ledger you are configuring and activating, that will be updating the document number start with the PA. Start with the PA. So any changes, see here the example has given the original document, initial, So it starts with the document type PA, and whenever you create the sales order following process, delivery and billing will be updated with the AC.K table with the document type PA. 3 documents getting updated. And here the COG split also getting updated. Whatever the COG split is there, that is one of the good functionality available in S4HANA. So with the COG split, it will be updated. The first entry is the MKPF with PF, and here it is missing. First document is the delivery document, and second document is the PBSC, transaction type PBSC, that is a COX split. And third document will be VBRK, billing document. So 3 documents getting updated. First document, COX will be debiting and crediting the change in stock or increase decrease in stock. And second entry will be updating the COX split. The original primary COX will be crediting, and whatever the breakup based on the cost component split, the COX material, COX labor, COX mission hour, labor, whatever the way you have structured your cost component, that will be updating in the second entry. Third entry will be billing document. So the sales revenue will be debiting, and sales revenue will be crediting, and the customer account will be debiting. So 3 entries will be getting updated. Suppose if you make any changes, the changes will be affecting in absolute reason. Suppose if you change any price or something, that will be updating the outdated document. The absolute reason is there. So the absolute reason will be updating with the 1 or 2, cancellation of outdated prediction. So suppose this month you have created the sales order that will be delivered in the next month or next couple of days. So whenever you do the actual delivery and actual billing, the document will not be increasing the numbers because it's already predicted in the simulation ledger. So the prediction will be reduced and the real entry will be updating in the main ledgers, the main gaps, either IFRS or US GAAP, it will be updating in the gap. So the prediction will be, suppose prediction will be based on the delivery date and billing date. Billing plan is there, right? In the sales order, you see the delivery plan and billing plan is there. So based on that date only it will be updated. Suppose now you created, but based on the date, it is in the next month, it's yet to be delivered and yet to be billed. So the system will be updated in the next month only. So next month prediction only it is coming. So without disturbing the main books of account, main legal gap, so you can update this one prediction ledger and you can see the report. So that will be, and the reconciliation will be updating, reconciliation will be automatically doing, no manual reconciliation, no manual intervention here. So this is a really awesome functionality delivered by the SAP, and no additional cost. And even going forward, service industries also, now it is only suitable for the manufacturing industry, and service industries also we can. And the data will be available in the table, and even we can update the so many reports. Even SAP has delivered the standard reports, and even we can extend those reports, those Fury reports, or we can develop our own reports also, because the data will be available, so we can play with the data. So earlier we don't have this such kind of scenario. Even costing based COPA have the similar functionality, but always costing based COPA requires a reconciliation. It never match with the books of accounts, but here it match with the books of account, and the backend functionality also really designed with awesome. So no doubt. So now S4HANA from 1909 version onwards, there is a T-view is available. So whatever the predictive documents, when you create the sales order, the starting with the document type of TA, it will be updating in the database in a single source of truth. So that data, you can see it in the T-view. This is a newly introduced in 1909 version onwards. So the T-view is available. So you can see, like when we start the commerce background, whoever having the commerce background, we can see when we intermediate and degree, when we see, we can draw the T and we can post a debit credit side, how it will be updating. The same thing has introduced in 1909 version onwards. So whatever the predictive documents also, you can see it in the T-view. So the documents also we can see, and the reporting also, analytical reports are there. So this is the display entry, first entry. And the COX split entry also it is there. So COX split also, we can see the breakup of the COX also. So initial version onwards it is there. See here. And SAP has delivered sales accounting overview and incoming sales order predictive accounting. These are the Fury reports. and monitor predictive accounting quality. Because suppose you have created the 100 sales orders. Out of 100 sales orders, how many are converted to predictive accounting? That you can see in the dashboard. Suppose out of the 100, 80 are converted to predictive and 20 is not converting. So it will be showing 80%. And if you execute these reports, you can see the 20 sales orders and where the problem is there. So you can troubleshoot the problem from here itself. So that is introduced in 1909. So initial version it is not there. Now 1909 version onwards, this monitor the predictive accounting, predictive quality reporting is there. So earlier it was not there. So gross margin presumed actual is there. So and you can also see in the financial statement reports, and even you can directly see it in the AC docket table. So many reports. I will show you the demo so you will get the more clarity. Yeah. So these are the look and feel of the reports. Incoming sales orders. You can see the graphical view as well as figures. And the gross margin also you can see with the different dimensions. Presumed margin by customer group, presumed margin by product group, presumed margin by profit center, presumed margin by fiscal year period. Different dimensions were there. So you can see the different dimensions, different ranges. And sales accounting overview dashboard, you can see the so many multiple reports are there. Within this dashboard, you can see so many reports are there. All this data will be read from the AC.K, and behind CDS views are there. By using the CDS views, you can see the report. Suppose you have additional requirements. So you can copy the CDS views, you can create your own views, you can add something, and you can develop your Fury reports also. So I will show you demo. So first of all, I will create the one sales order. So this is the 1909 system. So I am creating with the today date. See here in scheduling date. So delivery date is 1/2 and goods issue date is 6/2 and loading date is 5/2 and material available 31 available from yesterday itself and translation plan date is 5/2. So now the sales order 28 is updating. Now I can show you in the single source of truth AC.K table how it is updated. So I am giving the ledger 0E and company code and fiscal year. So I am showing just only this sales order 28. And a posting period 2, and here document status is a field is B stat. B stat is the field. You can see the only predictive document. So B stat, you can execute only predictive document. Just executing. So we will see here. So 3 documents created. One will start with PA 001, L0 and L1 and L2. So the first document is RMWL, that is the first delivery document, post goods issue. VL01 and whatever the data we will do, that will be updating through RMWL, business transaction. And the second document is PBCS. PBCS is the COG split. PBCS is the COG split, and SD00 is the billing document. See here the document status updated P, it is a predictive accounting. And here the posting period is a 2, it is showing what is the document date, 1, 2 it is showing. Whenever you created, that date will be updating, and the posting date will be showing based on the sales order we have seen the schedule line item, right? From there it will be updating. Okay. So keep this. Now I can show you the sales accounting overview dashboard. See, this is the dashboard. It is updated 0E. So I have run with the data company code and predict planning category and fiscal year period and financial statement version, because this report will be coming based on the financial statement version, FSV. So through FSV only this document will be updating. See here, you can see here accounting incoming sales order and gross profit prediction and gross margin report, and different reports are updating. Each report, if you execute here from this dashboard, it will be going into the individual report also. So one report, one simple report I will show you. Product profitability. So when this is the Design Studio report, so it requires the analytical installation. Analytical installation it is required. So the product profitability, the assumed product profitability we can see here, the financial statement version, fiscal year and the company code and the ledger. See here, the product group wise it is coming. You can draw the report with multi-dimension. These are the dimensions available, standard dimensions available. If you want, you can add the another dimension also. With the dimensions, you can see the profitability also. Say example here, sales order. Here the product group wise it is updating. Suppose sales order wise, if you want, you can just drag and drop here. See, sales order wise it is showing. See, 28 sales order just now we created, right? So the sales order wise it is showing here. Suppose customer wise, if you wanted to see, you can see the customer wise also. Within the sales order, you can see the customer wise also. So multi-dimensional way, you can see the profitability. So this will be matched with the table, and you can see the like a profitability. See here margin also, you can see here the billed revenue and the sales prediction, revenue adjustment, recognized revenue and variable. I can just execute with the only one sales order. You can see 18,000 is the revenue and the recognized revenue 18,000, costs variable 2,407.68 and the margin 15,000 and the fixed cost is 5,535.52, then your margin is 15,056.8. So billed quantity 10 quantity and the margin per unit also it is coming. This is the standard SAP delivery. You can modify this report also. So you can see the difference between the account-based profitability and costing-based profitability. You cannot see this easiest manner because any accountant can able to understand. Really, this is a business benefit. We implement with these kind of things. Definitely, it will be useful to the business and the customers also. SAP, the product has awesome. Really, 1809 and 1909 have a lot of options. If we do the research and implement in the client place, that will be really business value addition to the customers as well as from consulting point of view also. So this is the simple functionality and extending in the account-based scope also. So long pending item, we are waiting till 3 years for this functionality. So once you update the delivery and billing also, it will be updating the table also. Just I will show you the last one. How it will be updating the table also, I will show you. So I am doing it. So I am keeping this table. Now I am doing the delivery and billing. Then how it will be updating in the table also, we'll see. So it's supposed to be updated the absolute reason 3. We'll see how it will be updated. Just 2 minutes. BL01. Delivery updated. So billing also created. Now we can see the table. Now 11 entries were there. The same criteria 28 we executed, right? Now 22 items. See the top one. is the predictive document. Now it is a reverse with the what whenever you create the real delivery and billing, it will be updating the absolute reason. It's a reversing with the absolute reason 3. The reason 3 is here reducing. So this is the way SAP is automatically reconciling. No manual reconciliation is required. So this is not possible from the costing based COPA. So that is the reason SAP is strongly recommending go to the account based COPA. So the costing based COPA slowly faded out because the never get benefited, the business will never get the benefit from the costing based COPA because it's a assumed figure that never match with the financial figures. So then what is the use of costing based COPA? So that is the reason, so still continuing the costing based COPA with the same table structure, now introduce the account based COPA with a single source of truth. So that will be matching with the financial data. See here, the reversal reason 3 is updating the delivery, reference document, delivery and billing, all these will be updated. The original leading ledger and non-leading ledger updating with the normal way only. So the same logic applied here also. Whatever the way we are doing the business process, the same logic applied here. The only difference is whenever you create the sales order, based on the predictive accounting, it will be updating the same kind of entries. Start with the PA. So this is the functionality, end-to-end functionality. So the last, can you switch into presentation? Yeah, so you can see here different links I had given: predictive accounting, help document, and accounting and financial stay current, and the presumed stay current is the e-learning is required, and the predictive quality, this is introduced newly in 1909, and the sales accounting overview about these apps and the other information you can find it from here. The complete information you will get it from here. That's it. So any question? Any questions? Yeah.
During updation of AC local, the ledgers, leading and non-leading will update simultaneously.
No. The predictive accounting updates only the extension ledger. So whenever you do the real business transactions like a delivery and billing, so that will be updating the leading and non-leading. Because the extension ledger concept will be based on the source ledger. So from the base ledger to extension ledger will be updating. From extension ledger to base ledger will not be updating. It is a one way.
Fiscal year variant?
Yes, different fiscal year variance will be possible. That is possible through leading and non-leading ledger. So anyway, extension ledger, whatever the base ledger fiscal year is there, the same will be applicable to the extension ledger. So same will be applicable. That rule remains the same. There is no change in that. Any other questions?
How we have predicted cost, this ledger, how we can in COGS splitting?
COGS splitting is common functionality only, that is delivered from the 1503 version onwards. So whatever the COGS value will be taken from the COGS, so that requires the account based COPA activation.
That separate ledger will be created from?
No. COGS split will not require any separate ledger. COGS split is a part of account based COPA configuration. So you have to do the configuration in account based COPA. So that COGS split will be taken from that CK11 we have to do the cost estimate, and then CK24 we have to mark up and release. So that standard cost will be taken. So all the ledgers it will be picking, not only this ledger. Whenever you do the delivery, that delivery will be picking the cost of goods sold split, and that will be updating the leading as well as non-leading. So this is the really awesome functionality. So we are waiting last 3 years this functionality. Now SAP has delivered. But this is the first step only. Complete balance sheet with the predictive accounting. Maybe in the another next 2 versions it will become. Expecting next 21. So now it is a limited functionality is there. So complete balance sheet prediction is the next step. That's it. So
A round of applause for Mr. Sai Krishna.